So I point out the rather large percentage of American workers that are working at jobs that are below a livable wage in this country, that are possibly above, not possibly, in many cases above the minimum wage, but still below a living wage. We're talking about people that are working their asses off in some of the harder jobs from a physical standpoint or from a duration standpoint that exist in the world, in the country. That even though they're doing some of the shit jobs that nobody wants to do, they're still living below a basic minimum standard of living. And your point is to go find another job. So you're okay with certain jobs paying below a livable wage. You're okay with slave wages. You're okay with business owners saying to workers, fuck you, I don't give a shit what you need to live. This is what you're going to get, and you're going to fucking like it. I don't so then, okay, your response is get another job. So now they got to work two shitty jobs that are both below a livable wage, and it still won't bring them to the point where they're going to be able to meet their bills. So then, are you in favor of government assistance? No, because you think all of the poor people in this country are living above their means, right? I mean, that's what you said to noobs here, right? I have empathy. I also understand that a math problem is a fact. If you spend more than you bring in, you will go into a cycle of debt and never get out of it. Keep in mind, we're talking about people who work at jobs that pay below the minimum wage or below the livable wage. They can't spend anything. They don't fucking have it. People like this aren't given credit because they don't make the kind of money it takes to get the credit, and they've never been able to build credit in many cases because of their financially poor status. They're having to work a couple of jobs. They don't typically have time to spend anything. It's not like they're going off to the movies or going out to dinner all the fucking time, which is what you people think is happening. All these poor people are spending more. They're living beyond their means. No, they're just trying to survive. They're just trying to survive. And people like you are telling them that you're okay with the fact that they have to work two jobs that pay below a livable wage to hopefully be able to make ends meet at the end of the month and see if they need government assistance, at which point in time somebody like you is also going to say that they shouldn't be on government assistance because they're just not working hard enough. It's never the greedy fuckers at the top, is it? It's always the poor people at the bottom. It's never the greedy fuckers at the top that people like you look at. It is always the poor people at the bottom that you look at as a problem. And the reality of the situation is that the problem truly is that the uber wealthy have convinced people like you that the poor are your problem, not them. Those people are hoarding all the wealth. Those people are controlling the levers of power and keeping the money and the resources for themselves. And they have convinced you to not look behind that curtain, but rather look at the poor person that's working their fucking ass off at least one job, sometimes two, and still can't pay the bills. And somehow you have allowed multi-billionaires to convince you that poor people are the reason why you might not get what you need out of life.